Rabbi a'udhu bika min hamazati shayateen wa a'udhu bika Rabbi an yahdurun. My Lord, I seek shelter in you from the temptations of the shaitans, and I seek shelter in you, my Lord, lest they be present with me. I am going to read from verse 226 of Surah Al-Baqarah, the cow. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. For those who swear not to approach their wives is a waiting period of 4 months. But if they return, Allah is forgiving, merciful. And if they decide upon divorce, Allah is hearing, knowing. And divorced women shall wait by themselves 3 menstrual courses, and it is not lawful for them to conceal what Allah has created in their wombs, if they believe in Allah and the last day. And their husbands have more right to take them back during that, if they wish for reconciliation. And due to women is the like of what is due from them, according to what is fitting. But men have a degree over women, and Allah is mighty wise. Divorce is twice, then retaining according to what is fitting, or releasing with good conduct. And it is not lawful for you to take anything from what you have given women, save if they fear that they might not uphold the limits of Allah. Then if you fear that they will not uphold the limits of Allah, they do no wrong in that she free herself concerning it. Those are the limits of Allah. So transgress them not. And who transgress the limits of Allah, then those are they who destroy themselves. And if he divorce her, she is not lawful to him thereafter until she marry a spouse other than him. Then if he divorce her, they do no wrong to return to each other, if they consider that they will uphold the limits of Allah. And these are the limits of Allah. He makes it plain for people who know. And when you divorce women and their term be reached, retain them according to what is fitting, or release them according to what is fitting, and retain them not through harm, that you might transgress. And who does that has wronged his soul. And do not take commandments of Allah as parts, and remember the grace of Allah towards you, and what He has sent down to you of the book, and the wisdom by which He admonishes you. And save yourselves from displeasure of Allah, and know that Allah knows all things. And when you divorce women and their term be reached, then do not hinder them from marrying their husbands, if they agree between themselves in a fair manner. When they come to terms according to what is fitting, you are being admonished by it. Who among you believes in Allah and the last day? That is purer and cleaner for you. And Allah knows, and you know not. And mothers shall suckle their children 2 whole years, for those who wish to complete the suckling. And upon the father is their provision, and their clothing according to what is fitting. No soul is burdened save to its capacity. A mother shall not be hurt for her child, nor the father because of his child. And upon the hair is the like of that. And if they desire winning by mutual consent and consultation between them, then they do no wrong. And if you desire to seek one to suckle your children, then you do no wrong when you provide what you offer, according to what is fitting, and save yourselves from the displeasure of Allah, and know that Allah sees what you do. And those of you who die and leave behind them wives, they shall wait by themselves 4 months and 10. And when their term be reached, then there is no blame on you in what they do concerning themselves according to what is fitting. And Allah is aware of what you do. And there is no blame on you if you hint concerning a marriage proposal to the women, or you hide within yourselves. Allah knows that you will remember them. But make not nor take an oath with them secretly, save that you speak a fitting word. And decide not upon the marriage contract until the prescribed term reaches its end. And know that Allah knows what is within your minds. So fear Him, and know that Allah is forgiving, merciful. You do no wrong if you divorce women when you have neither touched them nor specified for them an obligation, but make them a gift. The wealthy according to his means, and the straitened according to his means. A gift according to what is fitting is binding upon the doers of good. And if you divorce them before you have touched them, but you have specified for them an obligation, then half of what you appointed, save that you forego it, or he forego it, in whose hand is the marriage contract. And to remit is nearer to Allah fear. And forget not kindness among you. Allah sees what you do. Guard strictly the prayers, and the prayer is mediator, and stand up for Allah. devoutly dutiful. And if you fear, then walking or riding. And when you are secure, then remember Allah as He taught you what you knew not. And those among you who die and leave behind them wives, the bequest to their wives is provision for a year without expulsion. Then, if they live, then there is no blame upon you in what they do concerning themselves according to what is fitting, and Allah is mighty wise. And for divorced women, provision according to what is fitting is binding upon those who fear Allah. Thus Allah makes plain to you His messages, that you might use reason. There is a surah in the Quran named Divorce. Let's see what Allah said in this surah about divorce. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. O Prophet, when you men divorce your wives, divorce them after their waiting period, and count the waiting period, and save yourselves from displeasure of Allah, your Creator and Nurserer. Expel them not from their households, nor should they leave, save if they commit manifest sexual immorality. And those are the limits of Allah. And who transgresses the limits of Allah, then certainly he destroys himself. You know not that Allah might after that bring about a matter, and when they reach their term, retain them according to what is fitting, or release them according to what is fitting, and call to witness two just men among you, and uphold the testimony for Allah. You are being admonished by it, who believes in Allah and the last day, and who saves himself from displeasure of Allah. He will make for him a way out, and Allah will provide for him from his unimaginable source. And who places his trust in Allah, He is sufficient for him. Certainly, Allah is victorious of His command. Indeed, Allah has set a measure for all things, and for such of your women as despair of menstruation, if you doubt, their waiting period shall be 3 months, as well as for those who have not menstruated. And for those who are bearing, their waiting period shall be till they lay down their burden. And who fears Allah, He will make his affair easy for him. That is the command of Allah He sent down to you. And who fears Allah, He will remove from him his evil, and make for him a great reward. Let them dwell in what manner you dwell. out of your midst, and annoy them not to distress them. And if they bearing, spend on them until they lay down their burden. Then if they suckle for you, give them their reward, and take counsel among you according to what is fitting. And if there be difficulties between you, let another suckle for him. Let him who has abundance spend of his abundance, and whose provision is measured, let him spend of what Allah has given him. Allah imposes not upon a soul save what He has given it. Allah will make after hardship ease. Now I am going to read from verse 128 of Surah Al-Nisa, Women. But if a woman fears ill conduct or desertion from her husband, then they do no wrong if they decide upon friendly settlement between themselves, and settlement is better, and covetousness is present in the souls. But if you do good and fear Allah, then Allah is aware of what you do, and you will never be able to deal equally between wives, though you desire. But turn not entirely away, leaving one as if suspended. And if you do right and fear Allah, Allah is forgiving, merciful. But if they separate, Allah will enrich ease out of His abundance, and Allah is encompassing wise. And to Allah belongs what is in the heavens and what is in the earth. And we enjoined those in possession of the book before you, and you yourselves, that save yourselves from displeasure of Allah. And if you deny, then indeed to Allah belongs what is in the heavens and what is in the earth. And Allah is free from need, praiseworthy. And to Allah belongs what is in the heavens and what is in the earth. And Allah is sufficient as guardian.